9 out of 10 holdings are identical, so how did one of these ETFs make investors $130,000 more than the other? Stay with me, because before you move a single dollar of your money, there's one specific year that nearly broke SCHG investors. And if you're anywhere near retirement, this part matters more than the returns. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what's inside each fund, the real risk you're signing up for, what Wall Street is forecasting for 2026, what your $100,000 could actually become in 10, 20, or 30 years. And which fund fits where you are in life right now? Let's get into it. Let's start with the cold, hard numbers as of this week. VOO, the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, is trading around $681 a share, with an expense ratio of just 0.03% and a staggering $1.6 trillion in assets under management. This is the battleship of the ETF world. SCHG, the Schwab Large Cap Growth ETF, trades around $34, charges 0.04% in fees, and holds about $55 billion in assets. VOO is roughly 29 times bigger. VOO yields nearly 3 times more in dividends, 1.08% versus 0.38%, which matters a lot if you're at the income stage of life. And SCHG carries a beta of 1.17, meaning it's about 17% more volatile than the broader market. Numbers on a screen don't tell the story though, so let's pop the hood and see what's actually inside each fund. Because what you're about to see surprised even me when I dug into it. Here's the part that blew my mind. When you line up the top 10 holdings of VOO and SCHG side by side, 9 of them are absolutely identical. NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Broadcom, Meta, Tesla, they're all there in both funds. The only difference at position number 10 is that VOO holds Berkshire Hathaway, while SCHG holds Eli Lilly. That's it. That's the entire difference in their top holdings. So if the companies are the same, where does the difference come from? Concentration. VOO holds those top 10 companies at about 38% of the fund. SCHG holds them at 59%. That's a 20 percentage point gap. Think of it this way. VOO is like a balanced steakhouse menu with 500 dishes, something for every taste, every appetite, every situation. SCHG is the same chef in the same kitchen, but he only serves you the 10 best sellers and gives you twice as much of each. More flavor when things are going great. A lot more pain if the kitchen has a bad night. That's the trade. And once you see it that way, the rest of this video starts to make sense. Now zoom out one more level into the sectors. VOO has about 36% of its money in technology. SCHG, 46%. That 10-point difference is the engine behind everything. SCHG also has heavier exposure to communication services and consumer cyclicals. Basically, the high-growth corners of the economy. Meanwhile, SCHG has almost zero defensive exposure, less than 1% in utilities, 0.5% in real estate, under 1% in energy. VOO, on the other hand, holds 12% in financials, gives you exposure to healthcare, consumer staples, and the boring stuff that actually holds up when the market panics. VOO owns the whole American economy. SCHG bets specifically on the growth engine. In a recession, that difference becomes very real, very fast. And that's not theory, that's history. Let me show you. So let's talk about what actually happened with real money. If you had put $100,000 into VOO 10 years ago, today you'd be sitting on roughly $410,630. The same $100,000 in SCHG, about $540,970. SCHG won by $130,340 over a decade. That's not a small win. That's a luxury car. That's 2 years of college. That's a year of retirement living. But here's the part most YouTubers conveniently skip. If you had only invested 5 years ago, the gap shrinks dramatically. VOO would have turned your $100,000 into about $185,000. SCHG into $195,000. That's only a $10,000 gap over 5 years. So notice the pattern. The longer you stay invested, the more SCHG pulls ahead. But the shorter your timeline, the less the difference matters. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. In 2022, the market got ugly. Really ugly. VOO investors watched their funds drop 18.19%. SCHG investors watched theirs drop 31.8%. On a $100,000 position, VOO lost you $18,190 in a single year. SCHG lost you $31,800. Almost double the damage. That's the volatility tax. And if you were planning to retire in 2023, that's the difference between staying on schedule and working another 2 years to recover. This is what beta of 1.17 actually means in plain English. When the market falls 10%, SCHG tends to fall closer to 12. When the market rises 10%, SCHG tends to rise closer to 12. It amplifies the ride, both directions. Now here's the question nobody on YouTube is answering correctly. What does all of this actually mean for your money over the next 30 years? Most people get this calculation wrong by a factor of 2. They either guess too high based on the last 10 years of returns, or they lowball it because they got burned in 2022. Both are wrong. Let me show you the actual math. The way real financial planners do it. I want to project what $100,000 invested today could grow into over the next 10, 20, and 30 years. But before I show you a single number, I want to be completely straight with you about how we get there. Because anyone who throws future values at you without explaining the math is selling you something, not teaching you. The formula is simple. Future value equals present value multiplied by 1 plus your annual return, raised to the power of the number of years. That's it. The whole secret of investing in one line of math. The question is, what return number you plug in? And this is where most people lie to themselves. For VOO, I'm using 10% per year. That's the S&P 500's long-term historical average, going all the way back to 1928. VOO's recent 10-year return has actually been closer to 15%, but that's been an unusually strong decade driven by the tech boom. 10% is the conservative, defensible number. It's the same assumption Vanguard itself uses in their official retirement calculators. And it lines up with what Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley are projecting for 2026, which is about 11%. So we're not being aggressive. We're being grounded. For SCHG, I'm using 13% per year. SCHG's actual 10-year return has been 18.25%, but that pace is not sustainable forever. Growth stocks have historically beaten the broader market by about 2 to 3% per year over very long periods. So 13% equals the long-term market average of 10, plus a 3% growth premium. That's the realistic number. It assumes SCHG's hot streak cools off, but still outperforms VOO over time. And I have to say this out loud. Nobody, not me, not Goldman Sachs, not Warren Buffett, can guarantee what the next 30 years look like. Markets crash, markets recover, markets surprise everyone. These are math projections, a planning baseline, not a promise. Use them to set expectations, not to make guarantees to yourself. Okay? With that out of the way, here's what $100,000 invested today could become. In 10 years, your VOO position could grow to about $259,000. Your SCHG position could grow to about $339,000. Difference, $80,000. In 20 years, VOO could compound to roughly $672,000. SCHG could hit $1.15 million. The gap widens to $480,000, and in 30 years, this is the part that will hit you. VOO could reach $1.74 million. SCHG could reach $3.91 million. The difference is $2.16 million. $2.16 million. Now write this one down, because this is a stat that should be on every investor's wall. A 3% annual return difference compounded for 30 years equals $2.16 million on a $100,000 investment. That's the most expensive math most people don't understand. Look at what happens between year 10 and year 30. VOO grows about 2.6 times in the first 10 years, but 6.7 times in the next 20. SCHG grows 3.4 times in the first decade, but 11.5 times in the next 2 decades. That $2.16 million gap isn't because SCHG returns 30% more than VOO. It's because that small 3% annual advantage, compounded relentlessly for 3 decades, explodes into something most people can't even visualize. Compound growth is like a snowball rolling down a mountain. The first 10 years, you barely notice it. By year 30, it's the size of a house. The biggest mistake investors make isn't picking the wrong fund. It's getting out too early. Now here's where I have to be real with you, because most of you watching aren't planning for 30 years from now. You're planning for the next 10 or 20. If you're 45 today, a 20-year horizon is completely realistic, which means SCHG's edge is meaningful. Roughly $480,000 extra. That's life-changing money. If you're 55 today, your horizon is more like 10 to 15 years, and the gap shrinks to somewhere between $80,000 and $200,000. Still significant, but now the volatility risk starts to matter much more. And if you're 65 or older, you probably need the income that VOO's higher dividend yield provides far more than you need SCHG's growth. And frankly, you can't afford to take a 32% drawdown like 2022 right before you start drawing down your portfolio. The longer you can leave it alone, the more SCHG wins. The closer you are to needing the money, the more VOO protects you. Match the fund to your finish line, not somebody else's. Looking ahead to 2026, Wall Street is cautiously optimistic. Goldman Sachs has set an S&P 500 target of 7,600, implying about 11% upside. Morgan Stanley says 7,800. Deutsche Bank says 8,000. Oppenheimer, the most bullish of the major firms, is calling for 8,100. That's about 18% upside. The most bearish voice on Wall Street, Ned Davis Research, is at 7,100, calling for just over 3%. The average across the major firms sits around 7,580, a 10% gain. The big tailwind behind these forecasts is artificial intelligence. Goldman estimates that AI investment will drive roughly 40% of S&P 500 earnings growth in 2026, with the largest cloud companies planning to spend an estimated $670 billion on AI infrastructure this year alone. That money flows directly into SCHG's top holdings: NVIDIA, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet. The wind is at growth's back. But, and this is a big but, valuations are stretched. The Shiller-Cape ratio is sitting near 39, which is historically expensive territory. We've only seen levels like this before the dot-com crash and just before 2022. The forward price-to-earnings ratio is around 23 times, leaving very little room for further multiple expansion. The upside is real, but the cushion is thin. Plan accordingly. So here's the verdict. Pick VOO if you're within 10 years of retirement, if you want broad diversification across 500 companies and all sectors, if you value that higher dividend income, and if you'd rather sleep peacefully through a bear market than maximize every last point of return. Pick SCHG if you've got 15 years or more before you need this money, if you can emotionally stomach a 30% drawdown without panic selling, if you genuinely believe AI and big tech dominance continues, and if you already have other defensive assets covering your downside risk. And honestly, for most of you watching, the smartest answer isn't one or the other. It's both. A 70-30 blend, 70% VOO, 30% SCHG, gives you the stability of the broader market with a meaningful growth tilt. Historical backtests show this combination outperforms pure VOO in bull markets and bleeds less than pure SCHG in bear markets. You get the best of both worlds without betting the farm on either one. VOO is the marathon runner. Steady, consistent, finishes every race no matter the weather. SCHG is the sprinter. Explosive, exciting, breathtaking when it wins, but doesn't always finish standing. The right pick isn't about which is better, it's about how far you still have to run. So now I want to hear from you. Are you Team VOO, Team SCHG, or running the 70-30 hybrid? Drop a comment below and let me know what you're holding and why. I read every single one, and the conversations in the comments are honestly some of the best parts of this channel. If you found this breakdown valuable, if I saved you from making a $100,000 mistake, or helped you see your portfolio more clearly, hit that subscribe button. Every week I break down another head-to-head investment comparison just like this one, backed by real data, not hype. And remember this, the best portfolio isn't the one with the highest return. It's the one you can actually stick with when the market gets ugly. Invest smart. Stay the course. Quick disclaimer, this video is for educational and informational purposes only. Investment performance shown is based on historical data and projections. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Always conduct your own research and consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. And I'll see you in the next one.